More than 2,000 years have passed. Yet the name Cleopatra remains an immortal icon in human history. An Egyptian queen renowned for her captivating beauty, sharp intellect, and unparalleled power, she is said to have used her allure to conquer the most powerful men of her time. From Julius Caesar, a brilliant leader of ancient Rome, to Mark Antony, one of the most formidable generals of the era. But behind the legendary tales of her charm and political genius lie darker stories. Secrets forgotten in the sands of time. These are the tales of a queen who was not only intelligent and beautiful but also a cold-blooded killer, willing to eliminate anyone who dared to stand in the way of her ambitions. Today, we will uncover these hidden pages of history and explore a different Cleopatra, a ruthless queen with cruel calculations. Join us on this journey, where secrets from over 2,000 years ago will gradually be revealed. Starting with an ancient tomb in Turkey, where scientists discovered a skeleton that could forever change how we view Cleopatra. These are the ruins of Ephesus, a city that was once a radiant center of the Roman Empire. 10 times larger than the legendary Pompeii. In the 1920s, archaeologists uncovered a mysterious tomb deep beneath the city's soil. Inside a waterlogged coffin, they found the skeleton of a young girl, petite but healthy, who died in the prime of her youth. Who was this girl? Why was she buried in a place 500 miles away from Egypt? And what caused her to leave this world so young? These questions have driven scientists to tirelessly search for answers, delving into ancient Roman records for clues. Eventually, they uncovered a chilling connection. This skeleton may belong to Arsinoe, Cleopatra's younger sister, a victim of a bloody assassination ordered by the powerful queen herself. If true, this is not just an archaeological discovery but the first evidence that Cleopatra was not only a seductive queen but also a ruthless murderer, willing to kill even her own kin to protect her throne. To understand this story better, we must travel back to ancient Egypt in 51 BCE, a time when the Ptolemaic dynasty was on the brink of chaos. Cleopatra, then only 18 years old, had just ascended the throne alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, as per their father's wishes. According to the customs of the Egyptian royal family, the siblings were forced to marry each other to co-rule the kingdom. However, this union brought no peace but instead ignited irreconcilable conflicts. Cleopatra, with her sharp intellect and fierce ambition, sought to forge an alliance with the mighty Roman Empire to avoid a bloody war. But Ptolemy XIII, though just a boy, backed by his courtiers and younger sister Arsinoe, believed Egypt could build an army strong enough to resist Rome. The family conflict quickly escalated into a brutal power struggle. In this context, Cleopatra was driven out of Alexandria by Ptolemy XIII and his loyal courtiers, forced into exile, but the young queen never accepted defeat. In the shadows of her banishment, she devised a bold plan for revenge, and the key to this plan was Julius Caesar, a close friend of her father and one of the most powerful men in the world at the time. In 48 BCE, Caesar arrived in Egypt with a small army, acting as a mediator in the Ptolemaic family conflict. Cleopatra saw this as her only chance to reclaim the throne. With her beauty and brilliant mind, she devised a plan to approach Caesar in a way no one could have anticipated. Legend has it that, to avoid detection by Ptolemy's soldiers, Cleopatra wrapped herself in a carpet or bedsheet and was secretly carried into the palace, straight to Caesar's chambers. When the carpet was unrolled, Cleopatra emerged, radiating captivating beauty and unshakable confidence. That night, she used every ounce of her charm to seduce the 52-year-old Roman emperor. Ancient historians describe Cleopatra, with her hair artfully disheveled, her face expressing pain yet shedding no tears, kneeling before Caesar to plead for the restoration of her power. Her plea was not just a request but a masterful performance of intelligence and allure. Caesar, captivated by her beauty and talent, spent the night with her, marking the beginning of a powerful alliance and a love story that would echo through the ages. But Cleopatra's actions were not merely a political maneuver. They marked a profound betrayal of her family. When Ptolemy XIII witnessed his sister aligning herself with Egypt's enemy, the young king stormed out of the palace, consumed by rage, shouting to his courtiers that he had been betrayed. To Ptolemy, Cleopatra had not only given herself to Rome but had sold out the entire kingdom of Egypt. The war between the siblings grew fiercer than ever. Meanwhile, in Ephesus, scientists continued to study the skeleton believed to be Arsinoe's. Using modern technology, they determined that it belonged to a girl aged 15 to 17, matching Arsinoe's age at the time of her death. Through carbon isotope analysis, researchers concluded that the skeleton dated between 200 BCE and 25 BCE, perfectly aligning with the period Arsinoe lived. Furthermore, the skeleton revealed a petite, slender frame, a trait consistent with Cleopatra, who was also described as small but immensely charismatic. These clues strengthened the hypothesis that the skeleton was indeed that of Princess Arsinoe, a victim of a ruthless plot. Back in Egypt, the war between Cleopatra and her siblings pushed the kingdom to the edge of ruin. When Caesar was besieged in Alexandria by Ptolemy XIII and Arsinoe's forces, he was forced to make desperate decisions to protect himself and Cleopatra. In a bold move to distract the Egyptian army, Caesar ordered the burning of ships in Alexandria's harbor. The fire quickly spread, engulfing parts of the city, including the legendary Library of Alexandria. Amid the chaos, Caesar and Cleopatra fled to the Lighthouse of Alexandria, the seventh wonder of the ancient world, to take refuge. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, built under Ptolemy I and completed under Ptolemy II, was a magnificent architectural marvel, standing over 100 meters tall, with a blazing fire at its summit visible from 55 kilometers away. It was not only a symbol of Egypt's power and prosperity but also a strategic tool, controlling the ships entering and leaving Alexandria's harbor daily. Caesar and Cleopatra's choice to take refuge there underscores its significance in the context of the war. But even the majestic lighthouse could not protect them forever. At this moment, Princess Arsinoe, with astonishing courage, escaped the palace and rallied the Egyptian army. Proclaimed queen by the rebels, she led them in battle against Rome. In a decisive clash, Arsinoe's forces crushed the Romans, forcing Caesar to leap into the sea and swim for his life. This was a glorious moment for Arsinoe, as a young girl defeated Rome's great hero, stunning the world. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, once a symbol of Egypt's resilience, now stood as a testament to Arsinoe's great victory. But Arsinoe's triumph was short-lived. Infighting among the rebels weakened their cause, and Caesar, miraculously surviving, summoned reinforcements from Syria to counterattack. In the final battle, Ptolemy XIII was pursued and perished on the Nile, while Arsinoe was captured and imprisoned. With Caesar's support, Cleopatra reclaimed the throne. Per tradition, she was forced to marry her youngest brother, Ptolemy XIV, who was only 12 years old. But Cleopatra's ambitions did not stop there. To secure absolute power, she needed to eliminate all threats, including Arsinoe. Arsinoe was exiled to Rome, where she was paraded as a prisoner of war during Caesar's triumph celebration in 46 BCE. A model of the Lighthouse of Alexandria was displayed to honor Rome's victory. But for Arsinoe, it was a symbol of humiliation. Contrary to Caesar's expectations, the Roman public did not see Arsinoe as an enemy but as a pitiful young girl. Once a queen of a mighty empire, the crowd's sympathy forced Caesar to spare her life, but he forbade her from returning to Egypt. Instead, she was banished to Ephesus, where she was granted sanctuary in the Temple of Artemis, another of the seven wonders of the ancient world. Ephesus, at the time, was one of the Mediterranean's most prosperous cities, with a population of 56,000, second only to Rome in wealth. The Temple of Artemis, where Arsinoe sought refuge, was considered inviolable, offering her temporary safety. But this safety would not last. After Julius Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra found a new ally in Mark Antony, the Roman general, driven by ambitions to control Egypt and its vast resources, became Cleopatra's next target. Once again, she used her beauty and intellect to seduce Antony. But this time, she had a specific demand: Arsinoe's life. Under the protection of the priests in the Temple of Artemis, Arsinoe seemed untouchable. But Cleopatra and Antony struck a ruthless deal. Antony ordered Arsinoe's arrest and execution within the sacred temple, an act considered audacious and sacrilegious in the ancient world. This assassination not only ended Arsinoe's life but also marked a turning point in Cleopatra's story, revealing her willingness to do anything, even kill her own sister, to consolidate power. Returning to the skeleton found in Ephesus, scientists worked to reconstruct the young girl's appearance using the remaining bones. Though the skull was missing, old archival records provided details about its size and shape. Modern 3D reconstruction technology further supported the hypothesis that this was Arsinoe, Cleopatra's sister, who paid the ultimate price for opposing her. The skeleton is not just an archaeological find but evidence of Cleopatra's ruthlessness. A queen who spared no one in her path to power. 11 years after Arsinoe's death, the alliance between Cleopatra and Mark Antony began to crumble. After their defeat in the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, they faced pursuit by Octavian, Caesar's successor. With no escape, Mark Antony took his own life with a sword, while Cleopatra, according to legend, chose to end hers with the venom of an asp. The story claims she smuggled the snake into her chambers, allowing it to bite her and her two maids, carrying all three to the afterlife. But is this story true? Many modern scholars, such as Egyptologist Joyce Tildesley, have questioned the validity of this legend. In her 2008 book Cleopatra, Last Queen of Egypt, Tildesley argues that a snake, no matter how venomous, could hardly kill three women simultaneously. Moreover, sneaking a snake into her chambers undetected would have been nearly impossible. Toxicology experts, like Pat Brown, agree that snake venom typically takes hours to kill and lacks the potency to kill three healthy people at once. Instead, they suggest Cleopatra may have used a different, faster-acting poison to end her life. Regardless of how Cleopatra's death was romanticized, it cannot be denied that she was one of history's most complex figures. She was not only a brilliant and seductive queen but also a cunning schemer, willing to eliminate her own siblings to protect her throne. After her death, Egypt fell entirely under Roman control, marking the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Cleopatra became Egypt's last pharaoh, leaving behind a legacy both dazzling and dark. Cleopatra's story is not just one of beauty and power but also of greed, envy, and ruthless calculations. The skeleton found in Ephesus, possibly Arsinoe's, serves as a reminder that history is never simple. Behind the glamorous tales lie dark secrets, truths forgotten in the passage of time. We will continue our journey to uncover the hidden corners of history, where untold stories await. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in future videos. Wishing you a wonderful day.